You've got the weekend to go back over anything that you want to do. Those of you who want to start your revision, you could do that. Those of you who want to start making your help sheet, that would be good on your class notebook. I've just done, how do I make that bigger? I've just looked at some dot points, and as you can see, there's a whole lot of skills and they sort of weave into one another. Okay, so you might want to use it as a checklist, and I don't know if I've got every single thing there. You know, there's some other skills that, yes, you should make sure that you have, but I think we've got most of it. Discriminate, fine, yeah. Anyway, so go through and have a check on that. So that's in your polynomials, and then content library, polynomials, and you've got test revision. So you've got the checklist, but then if you scroll down, there's a few tests there. That's from 2018. I don't know what happened in 2020. I haven't done this for a little while. Last time I did it was 19. Well, did I do it 19? That was my test, but I don't know how they got it. I don't think I did it. Maybe 19 was last time I did it. So I didn't do it 20 or 21. I was going to put like a fake PDF there. Anyway, so I will repeat, I don't think you should actually be doing those until you think you've covered all the skills, right? You have made your help sheet, and then I would suggest that you sit there and do it as a test. Then you mark it, right? And see how you go, one at a time. Obviously, I think I wrote the 2019 or 18, I don't know. I haven't looked at those for a while. What I look at is the SACE, doodad, and we go along that. You can't cover every single aspect because it's a massive topic. Okay, so you do the best you can and revise. Yes, there was a question. So, want to wrap it up today. Can't cover every single thing. I think we are all happy with equating coefficients. Yes? Right, and then solving from there. So if I give you a cubic, a quartic or whatever, you can use your calculator to solve, or they might say this is a factor, this is a zero, blah, 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 blah. You can find the remaining bits. We. I'd really like to think that you can graph a quadratic, cubic or quartic quite easily, whether you have your calculator or not. That could be something that we just touch again on Monday if you so desire. Finding the equation of a quadratic we should have already done, but we did that last term. So, if I gave you this, find the equation of the quadratic, would you know what to do? Thank you, Karen, is shaking her head. Think so? What would you do? Like, okay, and if you can't do that one, could you do this one? It cuts the x-axis at 3 and cuts, so you can do this. Right, so this one, is everyone happy? We would say y equals what? X take 3, love it. Good, 2x plus 1. Now, if you did that and that's all the information you got, I might take a mark off, might take half a mark off, depending how much you're annoying me with how neat you are. If you're messy, it's a whole mark. I know. True. You put the marker in a bad mood, they're harsh. I don't know why I'm saying they when it's me. So, is that all the information you have? We pop an A, and we pop A does not equal 0. Why? Right, because there's infinitely many that would go with -1/2 and 3. It could be this graph. It could be that graph. It could be that graph and so on. Infinitely many. What determines what is it? It's the A out the front. Yes? All right, so what if I now go, ooh, I love my board, I'm just saying. Yeah, baby. Uh-oh. Oh, I spoke too soon. Okay, board. I know. Board. I just gave you praise. Ah! What was that? I can get you on video. Yes, it's not the board, it's the user. Okay, what if I now said it cuts the x-axis at 3 minus a half four? What would you then do? Right, so then it's a cubic, oui? What if it was it's a quartic, so we've got, this is y equals x take 3, 2x plus 1, but what's that going to give me? He's doing this to me. What do you mean 2 answers? Positive and minus what? Yeah, they are 2 roots, minus 1 plus root 7 and minus 1 take root 7, but how does that help me get the equation? Not salt and pepper, but sum and product, right? So we have to go over here and we add the roots together. The fact that you didn't yell at me and go sum and product makes me a bit sad, because now that means I'm going to say minus 1 plus root 7 plus minus 1 take root 7. What happens to the yucky bits? They cancel out. Is this coming back to you? Thank you. Minus 2. What happens with product? Yes, product means time, so it's minus 1 plus root 7 times minus 1 take root 7. Root 7. Am I going to expand every single one? No, because what do I recognize? Not perfect. Difference of 2 squares. So we get minus 1 times minus 1 is 1. Positive times a negative is a negative. 7, I get minus 6. Well, big whoop doop. What does that give me? That should give me a big old quad. What quad does it give me? So we go x squared, yep. Oh, so close. Right. This is your middle term, but reverse the sign. This is your last term. Keep the sign. Do we remember this? So we've given them one more to do. Shouldn't be taking us forever and a day. Have we started the 4 plus 1 through 6? So it should not take us very long. And I'd like to think you are now going, oh, shake your head at Miss McDonald, because seriously, why? Why did you write all of that out? Because every time you do this, what happens to the yucky bits? Why didn't you just double that number out the front, Miss McDonald? Why? Why? Because I was trying to show you people. But normally I would not write that. I would just go, aha, 8. Yeah? Product. 4 plus root 6. 4 take root 6. 4 times 4 are 16. Positive times a negative, negative 6. I get 10. And so therefore, from this, I get x squared. What do we do with the sum, people? A lot of gestures I'm getting. Minus, and then keep the product, plus 10. We are done here. I'm taking my life into my hands now. Who shall I ask? Anybody. If I now said, factorize this, for people playing at home, if I said factorize this, what should you tell me straight away? Right, you should say, foolish, you cannot factorize that because you've just seen that the roots are hideous, ugly, U-G-L-Y, ugly. And so you shouldn't be able to factorize. You would have to use the quad formula. And guess what happens when you apply the quad formula? You get those roots, just to show you. Who can remember what it was? Because I seriously can't. Wait, don't, oh, you're showing off. 1. Thank you. -8, 10. 10, 10. 4 plus root 6. Oh my God, 4 take root 6. Huzzah. Does it make sense? And so, you could be asked to find a quadratic. You could be asked to find it as part of a quartic or part of a cubic. Cubic. Right. Last one before we go back up to the top again. How about this one? What do you want? Cubic or quartic? All right, let's go cubic. Oh, you guys, cubic, how about it touches at 3 and cuts at, now by the way, because you have just told me that you want a cubic, could I say it cuts at 1 plus or minus root 7? No, because then there's 2 roots. And that would then make it a quartic. So, touches at 3 and cuts at? Okay, you're keeping it simple. I like it. I like it. So, what equation would this give me? Oh, so close. What did you say? This time you'll say take. You're so funny, bros. X take 3 squared and x take 1. And again, why did Brode say squared? Because it's inappropriately touching, not inappropriately, it's appropriately touching the x-axis, right? A does not equal 0. And you know what? Let's now spice it up a notch. And I go, well, and I'm making this up on the spot. So it touches at 3, it cuts at 1, and it passes through. And when I say I'm making it up, well, you're going to make it up. It passes through 5, 10. Nice. As soon as you see that, what is that telling you? That is telling you that it is no longer infinitely many, right? It's one specific, unique one, which means you should be able to find now you haven't, have you done a question like this? I don't think you've done a question like this, right? Because I think we had to skip that towards the end of last term. But this point, what is that? What is this value here? I know it's 5, but what is that? It is the x coordinate. It is the, you've got this. Oh, I don't know about you, but I can see a y and I can see an x. So what are you compelled to do? Sub it! I love it! You sub it! Yes, it's Friday. I'm losing the plot just a little bit. Teacher goes insane. Week 2, lesson 6. Right, so we sub. Where the y is, we pop in the 10, we get a, and we now go, ooh, x take 3. But what is our x, Tom? It's 5. 5 take 3. Should I write 5 take 3 or can I put 2? Oh, thank you so much. I'm just going to put 2. Don't forget the squared. 5 take 1, 4. Do you all believe you can find a now? Do we have to keep going? Because this is now, we've got the hard yak a bit. The rest is just pure algebra. I saw some faces just then, so I will finish it. 4, 4, 16. A. Worth finishing because I remind you, I will make this face. Those playing at home, this is not a happy face I'm making. Why is it not a happy face? Because you should be able to simplify. That's right. Right? 5 over 8. So therefore, y equals 5 over 8. X take 3. I do not put a doesn't equal 0 at the end because we know what a is. It's 5 over 8. Dan the man, would you expand that? Ooh, you're a good chap, but you're doing extra work. So if a question says put it in expanded form, expand it. If it doesn't say, leave. Leave. Don't do extra work if you don't have to. I mean, I have to tell Al that all the time, don't I? Don't do extra work, Al. Don't do more than enough. More than you do. Mr. Bare Minimum. The question that we started with, a little bit hurt that you couldn't do this one. I'll give you a clue. Wowza. You guys have a bad teacher. So, do you or do you not remember? When it's in this form, your vertex is HK. Now, I can ask you to do that, and you did do this both ways. So if I gave you, so this now just, this isn't what I planned to do, but you create this for me. So if I now said, give me a number, any number, let's keep it even, please. Okay, plus 12x plus, I'm going with 10, right? And I'm asking you, oh, please, 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 complete the square and find the vertex. And I'm sympathizing with you because, yes, we did do this last term. So this is me helping you revise. So, do we remember how to complete the square? They're killing me slowly. Really? Laurie, come on. You remember how to complete the square. I see that face. Come on. Right. We focus on this. And we have to divide this sucker by 2. So we say that becomes x plus 6 all squared. Because when I expand this, I get the x squared. I double it to get the 12x. Do you remember this? But what else do I get? So you're adding 36 by writing this like this. So what do you have to do? You have to minus 36, and then we've still got our plus 10. Seriously? No recollection at all? Hang on. My vertex is, oops. What is my vertex? Look at this, minus h. Negative, I love how you're saying, yelling at me going 6. It's negative 6. Negative 26. Correct. If it was a negative there, it would be a positive here. Yes? I'll give you a moment. All right, so talk to me, my beloveds. If this is my vertex, what do I have to write straight, or what should I write straight away? I'm writing minus 2. Thanks. This is what I get told. Bracket, thank you very much. I do not know what you meant. Bracket. Now he's just taking the squared plus 25. Is that it? No. So you've got to put the a out the front. A doesn't equal 0. Before you go on to the next question, you look and you go, ooh, hang on, I've got me some more information. Y-intercept is 1. Technically that is saying when, let's play blankety blanks, when blank equals 0, y will equal 1. x. When x equals 0, y equals 1. So what will you now do, mystery student? What? Sub. We all live in a yellow submarine. But sub. That's right. We're going to sub. Sub, sub, sub. What are we going to sub y for? 1. I'm so glad you said that. Sometimes people would say 0 and I just collapse. Because they don't think. They just say. So, we put the 1. We put the a. X is 0. What's 0 take 2? -2. What's -2 squared? One take 25 is -24 equals 4a. A equals -24 divided by 4 minus 6. Put it back in and away you go. So, you are now going to go and practice. I'm going to now find some more of these ones where you can get some more practice with them. So, page 115, questions 3 to 5, they are going to be like this sort of thing here. And then I'll put some of those ones. But you only have a little bit of time before I just want to finish off the very last bit, which is calculator bizzo, I think. And then we're done. I think. I hope. So sorry, people at home. We were just finishing off. That was Promethean Man. We finished off and said, well, this would be our equation here. And then I asked, is that concave or convex? And they said it would definitely be concave. And then I put the cat amongst the pigeons and said, what about this one? This is also a minus. Would that be concave or convex? Some said concave again, but no, it's convex. So be careful. So if you want now more practice, we are doing page 115, question 3 to 5. And if you want more practice with the quads, then it's that page. Good stuff. And page. Self, or you're paying attention here, but I should not hear any chatter. Here we go, unless you're answering my question. So, find the equation of the quartic with this graph. It is touching at -1. So what what factor does that give me? Right, so we go x plus 1. Once again, you are not talking unless you put your hand up. Dan, be seriously, I'll kick you out. You were just before. And because it's touching, we say square ed. Oh, Tom is on the money. He needs to put the A out the front. I sort of do that at the end, but well done. And then it is also touching at +1, so that becomes x take 1. Do I have to square it? Yes, yes I do. Now, we pop this here, we go A doesn't equal 0. We do a quick scan. If we don't have any more information, our job is done. Do we have more information? Oh, sigh. So we have to do more work. Oh, Ellie, why are you just colouring in instead of doing the work? Right? We've got this. What is that actually saying to you? Say it in a sentence, please. Hang on, yes? That the y-axis is 2, so it's actually saying when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2, so we're going to sub. So we've got this coordinate 0, 2. So 2 equals A times, I'm not even going to write 0 plus 1, man. Yeah? Because we know 0 plus 1 is just 1. 1 squared, 1. 0 take 1 is -1. -1 squared is 1. It is at this point where I am doing this to save my sanity. If you are in a rush and you do it on your calculator and you go -1 squared, but you know a negative times a negative is a positive, so don't anybody out there. Because I haven't entered it in properly. So technically I should say -1 squared. Right? And then I get the right answer. So if you enter it in incorrectly, and that means if you're using it to do the quad formula, perform. Use your calculator properly. I hate to listen to these videos back, I tell you. Sorry about that. A is 2. Sub it back in. We're done here. Correct? Let's do the next one. We're on a roll. And if we get these right, then you start skipping because we are fighting for every second. Hit me. Let's go, let's go. A, X, yes. Sure, plus 3. Do I square that one? No, because it's not touching, it's cutting. Yes? Correct. Three x take 2. Again, if you're not as upskilled as the Brody Meister, then if you wanted to, you could say x take 2 over 3. And then you go, oh, I don't like that, divide by 3. So we times, and that's how we get thus. We say A, please don't equal 0. Do we have more information? Yes, yes we do. What is that more information? Don't just tell me -6. Say it in a sentence. When x equals 0, y equals -6. So -6 for y. And you know what? Put this here. You're putting your information. You don't have to keep looking at your textbook. It's right above. Less likely to make a mistake. Sask, hit me. What's coming next? 3, 1. X is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 0 take 2 is -2. Should be. Right, 3 times is -6a, therefore a equals 1. Put it back into the equation. How's it sitting, Dan? Is it making sense or not? You do the next one. You do. So, peeps, last one in this exercise, even if you're not up to it, can you just pay attention because I love this one? We looking this way, thanks. So F, and you go, I'm not going to listen because it just looks like all the others and I'm nailing this. I'm so good. Just look at me, all good. But if we go ahead, we look and we go, I'm a comedian today. We go Y equals A. You go, yeah. Come on, get on with it. X plus 2. Got over here. X take 3. What's the big deal? I'm done. That is a quadratic, not a, right? This is a quadratic, not a quartic. You are missing this. What is that? It is 0. So by all means, you could write x take 0, and you're done there. It's touching, so it's got to be squared, or you could just write that as x squared, x plus 2, x take 3. A doesn't equal 0, and now you got to go, right? The other thing, ooh, they haven't given you a y-intercept. They've given you a point. But that's why I was asking you before. Say it. Say it to me in words. What does that actually tell you? When x is equal to -3, y is equal to 54. So, I wanted to draw a little submarine, but I cannot. So I'll just write sub